Okay, hello everybody!
It's fall in northern BC.
Radio Backcountry 554.
Okay, good morning everybody. It's fall in northern BC. -1 this morning. There's fog in the lake until about 10 o'clock today. And I've had the last like 7 days have just been full of rain. Like pretty much no flying. So one thing I was just thinking when I was on the dock this morning, something that I thought I could say today is just when you're putting this is what I do anyway, and kind of a lesson that I learned, when you're putting the ropes on the float, like if you're on the dock and you're putting the ropes on the float, I used to kind of tie them around the cleat that was on the float so they wouldn't be blowing around and whatnot. And I've since stopped doing that. And the reason why I stopped doing it is because one day I went to, I was a little hot coming into the dock, and I shut the airplane down and went to go jump off the float, and I had to do so kind of in a bit of a hurry. And well, the rope was wrapped around the cleat, and it was like really. It wasn't easy to get it off of there, so I was kind of struggling to get it off of there so I could get onto the dock to slow the airplane down. So that's why I don't tie them around the cleats on the float anymore. I just set them on the float and basically leave them hanging. You probably wouldn't want to do that in an amphib, because if you are, well, unless you're planning on landing on the water, but if you're in an amphib and you're landing on a runway, you probably want to make sure those things are tied up, because you don't want those ropes flapping around in around the landing gear. But anyway, that's the lesson I learned, so I thought I'd pass it on. There's been lots of snow this week, so it makes for some really nice scenery.
This is Radio, good morning. The fog is cleared up. It's a Cessna Caravan, Golf Zulu. We're on the apron by the Alpine Lakes Air Hangar. Looking to taxi to the active via Charlie via southbound departure 15 YVR.
Golf Zulu, Spanish Radio, good day. Roger, runway 15, wind 140 at 4, altimeter 3010, and can you hold short of the runway? Citation final for runway 33.
This is Radio Effect 555 is coming up on 7 mile final for runway 33.
Yes, sir, 554, roger, runway 33, wind 140 at 4, line your discretion.
So it's, I guess it's early fall, it's the end of September, and it's getting pretty cold up here in northern BC, and as you can see, there's snow on the mountain tops again. I guess it's somewhere around, I don't know, maybe 5,500 feet is where the snow line is right here. It's all, the snow's kind of just all come in the last week or so, but yeah, I'm coming to the end of my job up here, and I'm just like super grateful for being able to get hired here, do this job. It's been such an amazing experience. I've loved it every day. Yeah, I guess one of the other lessons that I learned, I forgot about, that I learned this summer was I did do some flying down on the ocean, and I also learned that you know, the tides. You got to be real careful when the tide's coming in, coming out. I almost got the airplane stuck on the beach, and I just like put a stick on the beach to see if the tide was coming in or going out. And anyway, it looked like it was coming in, but what was going on is that it was just basically right at the tail end of high tide. So I kind of put my stuff down and started eating my lunch, and I looked over at the airplane, and it wasn't even like moving anymore. Usually it's like just kind of, you can see it kind of fluttering a little bit on the shoreline. It wasn't moving at all, and I knew right then and there what was going on, that the tide was going out. So you know, it was on a sandy beach, and you know, I ended up having to drive it off the beach. I couldn't like push it off the beach at all. I had to drive it off the beach. But you know, like if I hadn't caught it, like if I had caught it later, and maybe I'd gone for a small hike or something like that, you know, I might have been stuck there for whatever. It would have, I guess it's 6 hours out, 6 hours back in, or whatever. They would have been stuck there for a while. That would have put me at dark. Can't fly a seaplane in the dark, so I would have been there overnight. It just, anyway, that was a real big lesson there, and just how quickly the airplane on the ocean, you know, can end up on the beach when the tide's going out. So yeah, that was one I learned for sure. I got lucky at that one.
I've been into this lake several times. There's about a mile of lake to work with. There is a little bit of rising terrain at the west end, but the east end is pretty flat with swampy areas. The lake sits at 3,400 feet, so density altitude is definitely a factor here. I don't think I could leave here with a full load. The lake is also quite shallow at each end, which means you can't use all of the lake.
Looks like they're still getting loaded up there. I'll probably just shut her down in the middle of the lake here and wait. Oh, no. There they go. Perfect timing, really.
There is tons of fishing up in the area north of Smithers, BC. If you're looking for wilderness ideas for a family trip, a father-son trip, or maybe a trip with a few of your friends, look no further. There's no shortage of adventure waiting for you. From casting for trout in serene alpine lakes to chasing the legendary steelhead, the fishing opportunities are endless. With vast, breathtaking views, fresh air, and the thrill of the outdoors, this region is the perfect backdrop for creating memories that will last a lifetime. Whether it's bonding over a campfire or sharing the excitement of a big catch, a trip up here is one you'll never forget. I'll leave a few links to fishing lodges in the area I recommend. Since it's late September, burning season is underway. That's what all those small fires are. After an area has been logged, all of the scraps, called slash, are bulldozed into piles and lit on fire when weather conditions permit. It's a form of cleanup. The underlying theme of this channel is to provide awareness and a source of support for testicular cancer and ulcerative colitis. This past week, I had one of the channel subscribers, who is also a pilot, reach out to me to say they had just had a testicular cancer diagnosis and would start chemo in a few days. I know what's in store for him over the next few months. It's not an easy road, but the road leads through. Please don't hesitate to reach out for support with or information about testicular cancer or ulcerative colitis. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. See you soon.